So it's definitely getting cooler here in autumn. And we needed to bring in our geranium plants. We have about 6 or 7 of these, and they were doing so well. They were really at their peak, but we need to bring them in for the winter time. So they sit in a south-facing window all winter long, and we keep them. Of course, we take care of them until we can put them back out, and usually put them out about the end of May, and that's when it can turn to warmer evenings because they can still freeze up to the end of May around here. And so it's just time to hunker down with fall, right? But one thing that we do here in Colorado, we have about three weeks where we get to go see the aspen up in the mountains, and it's a glorious sight. And for people who haven't seen the aspen, they're thinking, oh, it's just a bunch of yellow trees. Big deal. We have all kinds of colors in our trees that change, but it's really glorious to see the aspens because most of the mountains are covered with they're either blue spruce or pine trees, different kinds of pine trees, and fir trees. So you have all this green conifer trees all over the mountains, but then you have these big splashes of color in golds, and they turn into kind of an orange tone and sometimes red tones. And so you'll see mostly the gold, and especially when it's backlit by the sun, you see these quaking aspen where they go like this, and you can hear them kind of, sounds like paper like this, and they quaking aspen, and it's just so beautiful and peaceful, and it's just incredibly lovely. And we have about 3 weeks where we get to see that, 2 to 3 weeks. And this year was especially beautiful because we had a warmer fall, late summer and early fall, because so many times we get snow early or you get a lot of rain, and so then the trees don't, all the colors aren't as brilliant as they were this year. So the colors here in the city, we have beautiful maple trees that are about as red as I've ever seen, and they're just gorgeous. And a lot of the other trees are orange and all the different colors, prettier than it usually has been. So we're excited to get to see all that, and it's such a time to celebrate. Fall is my favorite time of year, but it never lasts long enough here in Colorado for me. But the second day that we went up to the mountains was a couple of days later, and we went up to Cottonwood Lake. And that's a lake that's surrounded by mountains, and then you can see down the lake past some marshy areas down to mountains beyond to the west. And it's just stunning. Of course, the aspens are beautiful, and the light on the lake just makes these diamonds, shining on the lake. And it's just stunningly beautiful and quiet. And we were there in a day when there were very few people because it was past the peak colors, but it was still very pretty. There were so many trees that were there that were still green. They hadn't turned to gold yet, and some that had completely lost their leaves, and they're just these sentinels of black and white bark just in parallel groves, just standing on their own, and by themselves they're just pretty like they are as well. So I got lots and lots of pictures. Spent a lot of time there at 11 Mile Reservoir and looking at a lot of old settlers' homes that some people still live in, that were built probably around 1850, 1816, 1870. And some people still live there, and there are other homes that have been built since then, and brand new homes going up as well. But this beautiful little valley that takes you up to where 11 Mile Reservoir is, which is in a very large valley, which at one time that huge area was a tropical seabed way back, millions and millions, maybe even billions of years ago. I don't know the timing, but it was a seabed, and it's quite stunning. And so the Rocky Mountains, I mentioned this in a video a long time ago, but the Rocky Mountains are one of the oldest mountain ranges in the world. At one time, they were twice as tall as they are now, taller than what the Himalayas are now. And just over years of weather and wind and rain and snow, they've worn down. But they're just so beautiful. And Our highest peaks are what we call 14ers, and I believe there's 52 or 53 of them, and they're beautiful. They're above timberline, and they're stunning, and they're now covered, beginning to get snow cover, and it just makes it even more beautiful. So Colorado is just stunning all year round. So at Cottonwood Lake, we had conversation with a few people there that was just really lovely checking in with them, because they go up and fish, and they've been there several different times, and we just connected with different people and just enjoyed the drive up and the drive back, and we just had a lovely day. So we did that 2 different days this week, and it was stunning. So I don't have a painting of aspens. My only painting of aspens was one I did in high school, and I actually sold it to was the first painting I ever sold, and I sold it to my home ec teacher. So who knows, maybe she still has that painting. I don't know. It was a watercolor, and she thought it was lovely, and I thought it was my first watercolor that sold, and to me it wasn't, but she bought it, and I was so appreciative of the fact that she did. But this painting behind me is an acrylic, and I put it out here just to show you these are the colors of fall right now here in Colorado, and colors of fall everywhere. But I didn't have a painting of aspens, so I just thought I'd put this out here. I've done several paintings that are what I call mandalas. They're not like a traditional mandala that is done by the monks there in Tibet, or Tibetan monks, or monks that live elsewhere, that create the beautiful mandalas out of really fine colored sand, and it takes them a month and a half to make these. They're just an amazing thing just to see how they do this. Minor paint, but you start at the center, and then you take the design and you go out from there. So I have several different mandala paintings that I did, and I just really enjoy it. But like fall here, it's got the different golds. This is a metallic gold, so of course the gold up there in the trees is a bright gold color. But it's got purple tones and blues and oranges and reds and everything you can think of. And our blue skies aren't quite as blue as this, not this shade of blue. And the water is the reflection of the sky. So they're blue tones. But I just wanted to share this with you, so you just have kind of something to look at while I'm chatting away. But I just wanted to share with you, every season is a celebration. And fall here, or autumn here, is a short season. We wish it lasted longer, but we will take it just like it is. It's just really stunning, and I think most people I know feel that it's one of the most beautiful autumns that we've had in probably at least a decade. So we feel very grateful to have that. And so if you're interested in seeing some of the photos of my aspens, I have a lot of photos of aspens in there on my Facebook page. So just go to my name, and you see it right above here, above the video. And you can go and just look at my photo section, and I have a lot of photos of aspens and other places I've been to, and you're welcome to look at those. And there's also a link attached here. It's just right above this video, and it is a link to a group that I've created. And I have a lot of people that have joined me, and I get more and more every week of incredible people, and I'm supporting you by sending you an uplifting email, and I'm probably going to increase it to 2 emails a week, but they're always attached to typically one of my photos. And I'm not a professional photographer by any means, but I really love photography, and so I have a photo there that I attach to the short message that I leave you, and it's always something that's inspiring, or might have a poem in with it, or it might be something different that's just inspiring and uplifting, and it's just something for you to enjoy, to uplift your day, your week, to remind you just how amazing you are. And so please join me. I would love to. Just click on that link. It'll take you right there. There's a button to push, and put your email in there, and we'll get you going. And I'd love to serve you in that way. And I will have classes, and I'm going to have some interviews with different people, kind of like a podcast. with some speakers that are really amazing. I've already kind of talked to a number of people, and they said, oh yeah, we'd love to do that for you. So I'm going to change it up. I'm going to do some different things where it'll be, again, things that are uplifting, things that kind of remind you how amazing you are, that bring you right back home to the glorious nature of yourself. And so I'd love for you to join me. We have a great group already. Most of these people are my really dear friends, and some of them are people that I've known for quite a while. And I'm so happy that they've joined up, because then I get to connect with them more often than I have in the past. And so, just as Grandma always said, love you bunches. I wish you well. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I'll catch up with you real soon. Bye for now.